global news update on top accolade news. The headlines. Taiwan's president warns against appeasing authoritarianism. Brazil calls for stronger climate governance. Trump set to announce U.S. U.K. trade deal. Vance criticizes Russian demands in Ukraine war talks. We'll start with the focus in politics. Taiwan's president warns against appeasing authoritarianism. Marking 80 years since the end of World War II in Europe, Taiwanese president warned that appeasing authoritarian regimes only embodies their expansionist ambition. Speaking to diplomats from Europe, the U.S, Japan, and other democracies, he drew parallels between Taiwan's struggle against Chinese pressure and Europe's historical fight for freedom, urging global solidarity against rising authoritarian threats. Without naming China or Russia directly, he condemned election interference, cyber threat, and disinformation campaign, calling for unity before today's risk escalates into tomorrow's crisis. Still in politics, Brazil calls for stronger climate governance. Ahead of November's COP30 climate summit in the Amazonian city of Belém, Brazil is urging the creation of new global governance mechanism to accelerate the implementation of climate commitments made under the Paris Agreement. In a letter released on Thursday, the Brazilian COP30 presidency said the current UN climate framework lacks the institutional strength to enforce action. Experts called for the UN General Assembly to explore innovative ways to boost cooperation, share data, and turn climate pledges into real-world progress as the planet remains on track to warm well above safe levels. Shifting focus to economy, Trump set to announce U.S. U.K. trade deal. President Donald Trump is expected to unveil a major trade agreement between the United States and the United Kingdom during a news conference at the White House. In a post on Truth Social, Trump teased a major trade deal with a highly respected country, calling it the first of many. The news sent the British pound climbing against the dollar and comes just days after Britain finalized a separate trade pact with India. UK officials said progress has been made on easing tariff for steel and autos, while discussions continue over a controversial 100% US tariff on foreign films. The announcement comes amid broader trade turbulence, including upcoming US-China talks and widespread concern over tariffs disrupting global supply chains. Moving to international relations, Vance criticizes Russian demands in Ukraine war talks. Vice President J.D. Vance says Russia is asking for too much to end its war in Ukraine, reflecting growing frustration within the Trump administration over stalled peace efforts. Speaking at the Munich leaders meeting in Washington, Vance confirmed Moscow rejected a proposed 30-day ceasefire and emphasized that the U.S. wants both sides to agree on basic terms before serious talks can resume. While President Trump has signaled a willingness to walk away from negotiations, Vance stressed that the White House remains committed to brokering dialogue, even as skepticism persists among European allies about Washington's strategy and commitment to Ukraine's defense. You are watching the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in international relations, Putin welcomes Xi in Moscow. Russian President Vladimir Putin hosted Chinese President Xi Jinping in Moscow on Thursday, welcoming him with a formal ceremony at the start of Xi's state visit. The two leaders are set to participate in commemorations marking the 80th anniversary of the Soviet Union's victory in the Great Patriotic War. The visit underscores deepening ties between Russia and China amid heightened global tensions and ongoing geopolitical realignments. Now in conflicts, Pakistan downs 12 Indian drones after cross-border strikes. Pakistan's military reported it shot down 12 Indian drones that violated its airspace following Indian missile strike on alleged terrorist infrastructure across the border. The drones, reportedly Israeli-made Arab models, targeted multiple locations including Karachi and Lahore, according to military spokesperson Ahmed Sharif. He warned that India would continue to pay dearly for what Pakistan called naked aggression. The Indian Defense Ministry has not commented. Shifting focus to entertainment, actor Michael Pitt indicted for sexual assault. Actor Michael Pitt, known for his role in Boardwalk Empire and Dawson's Creek, has been indicted by a Brooklyn grand jury on 9 felony counts, including sexual abuse, assault, and strangulation, stemming from multiple alleged attacks on his ex-girlfriend between 2020 and 2021. Prosecutors said Pitt choked the woman, sexually assaulted her, and attacked her with a cinder block and a piece of lumber at his home in Bushwick. Pitt had pleaded not guilty and posted $100,000 bail, with his attorney calling the accusation baseless and claiming to have exonerating evidence. Pitt is scheduled to appear in court on June 17th. Now in sports, PSG reached Champions League final. PSG team is just 1 win away from their first ever Champions League title after defeating Arsenal 2-1 in the semi-final second leg on Wednesday, securing a 3-1 aggregate victory. The French champions will face Inter Milan in the final on May 31st in Munich, marking their first final without a Spanish, English, or German club since 2004. Under manager Luis Enrique, PSG have found the right blend of discipline, intensity, and teamwork, with pundits describing the team as being in a special moment and well positioned to finally conquer Europe after years of heartbreak. That concludes our global news update for today. Stay tuned for more global news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojarumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.